supporting you in your dog parenting journey. The Dynamic Dog Owner with Debbie Potter. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Dynamic Dog Owner, the podcast designed to support you, the dog parent, in your dog parenting journey. Now, some of you may or may not know too much about us, whether it's your first episode or you're an avid listener. So if it is your first episode, let me tell you a little bit about who we are. So we are a dog training school, Potter Paws, and we have the Dynamic Dog Owner, the podcast, to talk about all things dog, really. And obviously it's accessible to the people who work with us, to people worldwide, to people we've never met before. And one of the big things we are really, really passionate about is creating community. Because being a dog parent can be quite lonely, whether you've got a sociable dog or a reactive dog, or you live somewhere remote. It can be a lonely journey where you feel judged, you feel a little bit confused, you never know if you're doing the right thing for your dog, and it can just feel really overwhelming. What helps with that? Community. And that is why we're really proud of the community we have created, both in person and virtually. So in person, we have dog training clients, our members, as we call them. They're up on the board here. You can't see too much of them today because I'm a bit close. But on previous episodes, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see all of our members behind us. These are people who come to training with us every single week because they enjoy training and being part of our community. Many of them have made friends, long-term friends who they meet outside of training. And each week we come together and support each other about dog training, obviously, but also about everything else in life. Because we see each other every single week, we have the connection and the trust and the bonds that have been formed through our dog training classes to support people in everyday life. And we also are very proud of our online community. Obviously, you are part of that because you're listening to the podcast, where we can share that community feel through our Facebook group, through our online hub, through platforms like the podcast and our social media, where you can feel like you are part of something a little bit bigger, because it is really important to feel that support and connection in the world, in everyday life, but also around our pet parenting journey. And that's what we're really, really proud of. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about community, how it helps us, and why it's so important. First of all, I think it's really good for our mental health because connection matters. Connecting to someone with a similar interest or similar thoughts and feelings, it makes you feel like you're part of a wider audience. And that can be so beneficial for our mental health, but also to share experiences together. And we have it throughout our lives. You're growing up, you're often part of a club or what have you. You've got your family unit, you may have a group of friends. But as you get older and you get to be an adult, sometimes that's really hard to maintain. Because life happens. I'm sure you appreciate that. And you lose contact, you move away. You often lose childhood friends or university friends or people you did things with, or your families spread apart. And sometimes it's really hard to keep connection. And that's why having something you do, so whether it be a hobby or a club, something you do that brings together and forms a new community is really, really valuable for you. And obviously we have created one with our dogs. So not only is it for people, it's for your dog too, which is beneficial for dogs, let's face it, to have friendships and meet the same group of dogs each week. They have their own circle of community as well, which we can talk about a little bit in a minute. And obviously a community is there to support you. It is there to support you, to understand, a lot of people are in the similar situation, so they're able to understand, you can resonate together, you can share an experience. And obviously it makes a huge difference to how you feel, not just about the topic, like for us dog training, but in the wider world as well. Knowing you've got a group of people that have got your back is really, really important. And it could be that you go for a dog walk with a group of friends. It's a friendly face. Simply a smile makes you feel so much better about the world, and that you're not alone in a journey. And I think that's really important, to feel welcomed and supported in a space. Obviously, when you do have a community, you share the journey together, but you're also providing experience. A lot of our community are at different levels of their dog parenting. Some are new puppy owners still navigating the new puppy challenges, or adolescent dogs. Others have got a 7-8-year-old dog that they've been through it all with, and they're still learning, still enjoying training and life together, of course, but they're that much further on with their journey. Spending time with people at different levels You can gain knowledge from the people who have got more lived experience of dog parenting. You can help and support the people who've got less. And you can say, oh, I remember being in that position. So you've got that collective support, which I think is really, really, really important in the dog parenting journey, because it is quite lonely. If you think about, we've often been likened in puppy classes to being like a puppy midwife or like a puppy natal group. Because if you think about if you have a baby, you get invited to postnatal group, or you have your NCT group, or what have you. You've got a group of people that you're kind of put together with that can help you navigate these new parts of life. You don't have that with a puppy. And to be honest, having a puppy is sometimes as challenging and as life-changing as having a new child. So it can help you in that stage of life. But it also means that you've got people to share things with, people who understand when you talk about your dog and share about 1,001 photos of them. It helps us all. It helps you to feel good. It helps you to feel supported, but it helps you to succeed. And I think that is really important. There are lots of communities I'm part of. I'm part of a lot of different communities. And I'm not a very sociable person. That sounds terrible. I'm a sociable person. I don't find socializing easy. I find being sociable quite challenging because I'm quite an introverted person. So being around people takes up a lot of my energy. I'm quite a self-conscious person too, which I know probably doesn't seem that, because I put this podcast out to the world to listen to, and I do silly things on social media. But as you get older, you just kind of go, fuck it, I'll get on with it and worry about that later. And if someone doesn't like it, then tough. I don't care what people think. But this is me in my little box. I'm sat in a room by myself talking to a camera, or it's me standing in front of a camera doing silly things. It's not face-to-face interaction. I can put this out there and forget about it. But actually going to a space and talking in a group of people, I find awkward. That's not going to change. I don't think it ever will change. But I'm still part of communities where I can push myself to be in those situations and to benefit from what it brings me. So, for example, I am in a dog training community because this is my community, but I'm also in it from my own perspective too. I come to classes with my dogs, and I can be part of that from a dog owner perspective, which is really beneficial. Business networking groups. Again, it's a community that we create. I go to a business networking group. It's a community where everyone knows each other and everyone supports each other. Sometimes you don't feel like you've got a lot to give, but other times you have. And sometimes you gain more than you give, and vice versa. But you've got a group of people that are in the same place as you, working towards a common goal. And the common goal, I think, is really important, that we're all striving for the same thing. And we just are going about it differently. Same thing with our dogs. Everybody in a community may be having an end goal that's slightly different, but we're all working together to get to our goal. And, there's support groups for everything, let's face it, isn't there? Everything has a support group. If you look for it, you'll find a support group for everything there possibly is. You've got online forums, you've got online communities, you've got, I can't think, but loads of different communities. But being part of a community will help you succeed. And sometimes it can be hard to kind of sit on the fence and go, oh, I don't know if I want to. And a lot of people will say, for example, with dog training, and this is something we hear quite a lot, my dog's too naughty to come to class. I'll have to wait until they're well behaved, which is really daft when you think about it. And it's a bit like the same thing, like, for example, I can't go and do that because I'm not ready yet. Like, for example, I can't go and sing in a choir because I can't sing well enough yet. I can't join the football team because I can't score. You know what I mean? There's so many things that hold us back because we think we're not good enough. And it's actually really common that people will say to us, I can't come to dog training because my dog will misbehave. And we say, brilliant, come along. We don't mind. Obviously within reason, if your dog is highly reactive, emotional, and it's not going to work, then obviously we would guide you on your path to become part of a training community and come to a group class. But generally speaking, if you've got a young puppy or an adolescent dog who's just overstimulated, rugs on their lead, or barks a little bit, or jumps up at you, we don't need them to be perfect. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you overcome those things. So don't feel like you're not welcome in a community because you don't think you're at the right level yet, because that's what the community is for. The community will help you through that journey and help you to get the most from where you are and support you in the struggles to help you overcome them. And yeah, community is more than we give it credit for. And I say we are super duper proud of our community here. We thrive upon our community, and we are so pleased to have built such a community where people can feel safe and supported. We don't judge. We are non-judgmental. And to create that space for people is really, really valuable. So obviously you're part of our community because you listen to the podcast, but there are other ways to be part of our community. Join us on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. Talk about dogs as much as you like. We will never not like a dog photo or hear a dog story. You can join our hub. You can, if you're near enough, come to classes. And even if you don't even have to come to regular classes, you could just come to one thing and meet us all and feel connected just for that 1 hour or half a day. Being part of a community is going to support you in your journey. Don't feel like you're not welcome or that you can't access it. And this is not just for us, this is any dog training school. Get out there, go and do it. Find out about them. Don't wait for your dog to be well enough, or don't feel that you won't be welcome. A community will be there to help and support you, and you will succeed in your dog training so much more if you are part of a supportive community to boost you up and help you through the tough days. If obviously you want to find out more about us, as always, look at the description because there's links to find out more about how we work and what is on offer, and also links to our Potter Paws or Potter Paw Academy hub online. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you are a listener and you like listening to what we talk about, do feel free to like, comment, share so that other people can benefit from the episode too. And if you're listening on or watching on YouTube, then do hit the subscribe button because you will then be the first to hear about when our next episodes become available. And of course, it means that more people can enjoy our community. Have a wonderful week, and I'll catch up with you really soon.
We are approaching our 100th episode of The Dynamic Dog Owner. That's nearly 2 years since our weekly episodes launched, which is absolutely crazy. Where has the time gone? I really hope that you guys have enjoyed listening to the podcast over the last couple of years, and it has helped support you on your dog parenting journey. So to celebrate our 100th episode, we are having a competition. All you need to do to enter the competition is follow the link in the description. That will take you to a form, fill it out, and you will be entered into a prize draw. The top prize is going to be an hour's virtual one-to-one coaching session with myself, and there will be 10 runner-up prizes. That will give you 1 month's access to our brand new Paw Academy online training hub full of videos. So if you would like to enter this competition, fill that form in, and I hope you guys are one of the lucky winners.
Thank you for listening to The Dynamic Dog Owner with me, Debbie Potter. See you next time.